Hello, guys. Welcome to Tuesday's class. I hope the fire is not affect any of you guys, and you guys are all stay safe. Anybody lived in the evacuation zone? All right. If you guys noticed, I just post homework number 5 today. So let's check it out. Under assignment, and there's a homework number 5. And this time I typed the instruction right below it. So it says upload screenshots of the model that were created by following today's lecture. So as we discussed from last week, from now, the lecture going to be introducing how to make the engine assembly. So we're going to sort of tear it down to components by components, and I'm going to show you how to make each component. And once all the components make, is your responsibility to construct them together or assemble them together. And then that's your engine assembly, and you should turn in that for your final project. So we're planned to take 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe longer if necessary, to complete all the component design. I hope I can leave you guys 2 or 3 weeks at the end of the semester, like for like no lecture at all, just for you guys to work on a project. But we'll see if we do have the lecture of time. So today we are going to have probably 3 or 4 components taken care of. We'll see how fast we go and how far we can get. And everybody can see my screen okay, right? See this engine assembly that I have making a cross section of. Everybody can see this? Okay, perfect. So actually, instead of I'm like doing really the babysitting work, I want to be a little bit different. So how about this? Everybody open up your SolidWorks and try to follow, like try to model by following today's lecture. I will try to go slow, and I want to see how this can work, because I kind of realized at this point somebody, because I didn't give too many homeworks, right? And somebody might not even got a real chance to work on SolidWorks. This is just my thought, because from the questions that I received by email, somebody really amazed me by doing such a great job by modeling their first project and deliver a very good quality first drawing. But somebody, like the question asked, is very fundamental, so I figured there might be a big gap between the students, that somebody is really skilled and somebody is not really. And I don't want this gap to be increasing, so I sort of want everybody to stay in the same pace, and we can have more sort of mandatory practice during the lecture. So when you encounter the problem, you can ask now rather than wait till like the last week of submitting a project, right? So everybody open the SolidWorks already? Type 1, number 1, if you have already opened up your SolidWorks. Yeah, no worries. I'll wait for a little bit. I know, like, depends on computer. The SolidWorks might take a little bit of time, a couple of minutes maybe. So how do you guys feel about, like, I gave instructions and show you guys how to make the part step by step, and you just follow the step? Okay. While we're waiting, let's see. Let's today try to first of all make the block, make the body, the entire block, and the header. What is called? This is called the cam block, whatever I call a header, right? Let's make these two part first, so at least we have a simple configuration of the engine assembly. That way you will feel like much more like rewarding, right? Because the engine is in front of your eyes, and all we need to do is just creating the minor parts and to fulfill the details, right? How'd that sound? So, I guess majority are ready. So first of all, I'm displaying this, and you can see from the feature tree is all simple all simple features, right? So the first all is extrude and cut extrude and cut revolve, cut extrude, and linear pattern, mirror, and cut extrude, circular pattern, cut extrude, linear pattern. All simple ones, right? Nothing nothing like you beyond your knowledge, right? So let's drag this into the first one. Let's make a rectangular shape, like rectangular block. So the dimension I'm gonna give you is 12, apparently is the English unit, by 6. And the height is 7. So you're gonna be 12-inch long and width will be 6 and 7 inches high. And go ahead and do it. And after you complete it, type 1 in chat. And if you have any question, ask now. If you can speak up, speak up. So this should be very basic, right? Uh, 12, 6, and 7. 12 inches long, 6 width, and 7 inches high. So it seems like the first group who are done have about 7 or 8 people. Yeah, see, this is the gap I'm talking about. Somebody are really familiar with the modeling technique, and somebody are as new as they should be. So all I want to do is shrink this gap so everybody can start sort of having the same pace. So let's do this lecture as a try, like to give a shot to see how the feedback is. If anybody feel uncomfortable, just let me know. If you want, let me know privately. Send me an email. I have my phone right here. I can receive email anytime. If it's like urgent or something, I can help you out right away. Okay, I think now is the time to introduce the second feature. Why were there so many parameters when first making the rectangle? I'm not sure. You're supposed to only have 3 numbers input, right? 12, 6, and 7. That's only 3 inputs you should have over there. Okay, and the second feature is make a groove. Make a groove at the bottom, and this is it should be a hemisphere. So yes, it is. So in the center of the bottom, make a circle and then close it to have a hemisphere, and the diameter. So radius is 0.5. So diameter is 1 inch. So one side at the bottom, make a hemisphere. Oh, sorry. make a make the semisphere that have that has a radius of 0.5 inches, and after that, extrude cut all the way through, so your groove can go all the way through the bottom. And let me know if you've done. Let me know in chat if you complete this feature. And pay attention, this groove need to be located in the center of the bottom. So this side is 6 inches. So the 6-inch side and in the middle. All right. Let's see what's going on here. So more grooves. So sorry, not more grooves. So making 4 big through holes. So pretty much in the top surface, drawing 4 circles, 4 identical circles, and the radius is 1 inch, or diameter is 2 inches. And how far are we? Okay. One sec. So the first circle from the center to the edge is 6 inches. Wait, hold on. This... Hold on, 1 second, not 6 inches. Yeah, it's 2.25 inches. I'm sorry. It's 2.25 inches from the first circle to the edge, and then 2.5 inches apart between the circles. It's 2 inches. So the first circle from the center to edge is 2.25, and center to center of these circles are 2.5 inches apart. Circles are 2 inches. And make all 4 through holes all the way to the bottom surface. Yeah, you're right. 2.5 between each circles from center to center. But the first circle from the center to the edge is only 2.25. And let me know if you complete this step. 2.25 inches from the edge to the first circle center. All right, the next one should be very easy, is one axis. So remember the groove we created? So we're gonna generate an axis that going through that groove. So click the axis, click it, and then click the groove, one of the half moon circle, and you should have your axis. And name it axis 1 if it doesn't. So just like you rename anything, you just click it twice slowly, and you can rename it to whatever you like. But rename it to axis 1. So the groove is going at the bottom. Sorry, the axis is going through the bottom groove. And let me know you're done with this. So pretty much you need to do is just click the axis, and then you click the any of the half moon surface, and you're okay. You generate an axis that going through this groove. Then you can search right here, type in axis, and the first one is what you wanted. Oh, he's under view? Oh. Thanks, Derek. I didn't know this. I installed the SolidWorks to have this bar default. I don't know why somebody doesn't. But anyway, who got this far? So who have the 4 through holes and the bottom groove and the axis? Who got this far? Let me know. It doesn't matter. If it's not all the way through, but is in the same location and the same direction, that'll be fine. Going all the way through or not doesn't mean anything. The axis is just like a straight line. They extend to the infinite amount, you know? So just one person got this far? Oh my God. All right. I feel much better. Man, if only one person got this far, we got a serious problem. I remember this week is week 10, right? We only have like 1 month, and that's it. And 1 month including Thanksgiving. All right. So the next one is more. So more cut, but this time, look how the geometry is. Okay, so the geometry is in the center plane. You can see on the center plane where is the front one. So the front plane, 2.25 inches. But if your front plane is not in the center, you can always create a plane by using the plane button and then offset one of the surfaces to make the plane sit in the center. And you sketch on the center plane, in the center plane, to have 4 rectangular shapes. And the rectangular shapes are 2.5 inches tall. And 1.25 inches away from the edge. And 2 inches wide. So 1.2 inch from edge, 2.5 inch tall, and 2.0 inch wide. And you're going to make 4 of those. And they must be concentric with the through holes you generated on the top. So you see the edge of the circle are matching with the width of the rectangle. Yeah, all my recordings are on YouTube. And after you generate these 4 sketches, half inches, the spacing. What I did after the axis, this is the step right after the axis. The axis is right here, and this step is creating 4 sketches, 4 rectangular shape sketches in the middle plane. And if you don't have a middle plane, you must generate a middle plane. And after you have these 4 sketches, you cut those respect to the center axis that you just generated. If you don't have your plane in the middle, you can either offset this surface or offset this surface and make the new plane right in the middle, because you know this edge is 6 inches, right? So you can offset this surface to have a plane 3 inches to the right, so that's gonna sit in right in the middle. Or this surface, offset this toward the left 3 inches, and that's your meet plane. So anybody who have successfully generated the cavity, like these half moon shaped cavity, all right, this is your block. You need a meet plane, right? All the three planes, none of those are in the middle. Oh, well, there's one in the middle, but we want in the middle this way. So you click the plane, you select one of the surface, and look, here is offsetting, right? And you measure how, so this is 5 inches. In that case, it was 6 inches, right? So you type in 2.5, and you flip offset, or if you got lucky, you need to flip it, and you click OK, and this one is your meet plane, right? And on this meet plane, you can sketch. Pretty much all you do is sketch 4 rectangle shape, and well, it doesn't fit 4, but it fits 3, but you can adjust all the dimensions that I gave you in the chat, right? So for example, this side to this side is 0.25. And what is this? So 2.5 tall, 2 wide. So that's supposed to be 2. Wow, okay, my bad. It's not good in this case. You know, stuff like this. Like for example, if I already fully define all those sketches, forgot to make the axis. Okay. So something like this, right? So anybody still getting stock? Is in the chat. I typed it. 1.5 inches from edge and 2.5 inch tall and 2 inches wide. And the spacing between rectangles are 0.5 inches. So how many people got this? How many people got this step? Just 3 people? Just type in chat so I can have a better look. Any more? So pretty much only 5 people can keep up out of 27. Well, I guess the rest of people gonna watch this recording over and over again then. Oh my god. What's this? All right. What does this sketch do? But I just showed you how to make a meat plane, right? That's like 5 seconds. And today is not the first time I reveal how to make planes and how to offset planes and how to make planes where you want it to go, right? Yeah, this is what I really worry about because I saw somebody's work and really amazed, and somebody are still struggling on the basic stuff, and I don't know how should I give you guys homework or anything to make you practice so you can at least um, be familiar with all basic functions. That's why I'm trying to do this, but it seems like just only a few people who are really skilled can keep the pace, and the rest are just gave up. So only 6 people out of 27 are good, and 1 people having question. So the rest of the 20 are what giving up at this stage. And don't forget, this is one of your homework. You're gonna post a screenshot of the block that you created today on Blackboard. Okay, well, it is what it is, right? Yeah, but I just showed you how to make the last feature entirely, right? Making the meat plane, making the axis, and I made 3 rectangle because my model is different than this engine block, right? Make 3 rectangle and revolve cut it respect to the meat, the center axis you just created. So did you get it from the demonstration I just showed you, or which part is still confusing? All right, this step is simple. It's just creating a hole at the bottom. So the dimensions of this one. So this is a 1/4 inch hole. All right. So this is a 1/4 inch hole with how deep? With 1 inch deep. And the location of the hole is it's 2.5 inch from the edge and 1.25 inch from screw. So 2.5 inch from edge and 1.25 inch from groove. And this hole is a 1/4 inch hole. And 1 inch deep. And who got here? Already completed this step. Oh, it is? So which part? The location of the hole or the hole itself? Location? So the center of the hole to the edge of the groove is 1.25 inches. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah, the center distance is 1/4 inch distance. Yeah. Sorry, I gave the wrong number. So center is, oh, this one is 1 inch. So 1 inch from edge and a 1/4 inch from groove edge. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's still 1 inch deep. And I believe next one is just pattern this hole, right? Yeah, pattern this hole. Pattern this hole horizontally to the right with a center distance of 2.5 inches apart. So spacing 2.5 inches and pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a total 5 holes. So are you guys able to complete this step? Come on, guys. I just seen 2 or 3 people like Derek, Peter, and another guy, just only 3 people reacting. What about the others? The rest of class? 1 inch from the edge to the center of the hole. You do 1 inch and it goes inside right here. You say you can't draw the rectangles because you have all the parameter values or you don't have the parameter values. I typed those in chat twice. All right, mirror these holes, all 5 holes, respect to the meat plane you just created. So the same meat plane, you create your rectangular you create rectangles for 4 and use that to mirror all these 5 holes so you can make another set of 5 holes on the other side. Why are you having 8 different values? I mean, if you don't smart dimension it, you will have not even one single value. And if you smart dimension it 8 times, like for 8 different subjects, of course you're gonna have 8 different values. I don't get it, man. All right, after mirroring, make a cut extrude on the right side. So this one would be similar, but you're gonna start from this surface. So sketch on this surface a half moon shape and diameter is 3 inches, and it's supposed to go 3/4 deep. So is this okay? All right, another one is another set of cut extrude. So this one is a hole, a small hole on top. Let's ignore this because this hole, it doesn't do anything to this assembly. It is one of the details that's supposed to be on the engine. And you will see the circular pattern is associated with this, but it's not going to do anything to this assembly. So let's omit it. So let's do the next one. It's gonna be, give me a sec. So it's gonna be how to say this? A slot, a rectangular slot on the side, on the opposite side of the half moon shaped groove you just created. So you're gonna draw on the top surface a rectangle shape, and the dimensions is this. And then extrude cut all the way through the bottom. And the distance from the edge of the rectangle to the edge of the block is 1/4 inch. I can post it tonight if you like to. Yeah, I could. Or we're about to finish this model, right? After we finish this model, I'm gonna ask everybody's feedback. If everybody cannot keep up, I'm gonna redo this model from scratch just to show you guys how to make it. Yeah, I didn't say it at the beginning of the class because I don't want everybody just gave up and just watch me modeling the entire time. But I guess people gave up anyway. So the last part is then you're gonna watch me. I'm gonna look at this as my reference and I'm gonna draw it and at the same screen. And it's not as hard, it's just you're not practiced enough. So make this hole, and the dimension of this hole is this. All right, the final step is a linear pattern. So pretty much make these whole 6 times. And the pattern parameter is 5.25 in left and right direction and 4.5 in your up and down direction. Radius circle is representing right here, 0.5. Oh, good question. Let me see. Two inches deep. So 2 inches deep. All right, so who complete this from beginning to end? And you have the identical model in your screen, just like mine. So 5.25 inches in X and Y direction and 4.5 inches in Z direction. So anybody other than Derek and Nicholas who also complete this model? Are there any? On the front of the block? So you mean this hole? So this hole is 3 inch in diameter and 3/4 deep. The little ones, we're not going to do that. We just omit it. Yeah, these has nothing to do with the engine. Those are just additional details. So about 6 people out of 27. So which part do you guys all get stock? I have known somebody get stuck in the rectangle sketch for the meat plane, and somebody gets stuck in somewhere else. Well, let me know which part do you guys got, which part do you guys get stocked? Those are all simple features. None of them are even involved with more complicated stuff. Stuck on the distance from the holes on the top from the edge. Uh, so these are the dimensions you're short. You're not able to revolve the rectangles is because the center axis you created is not in the center, not at the bottom and in the center. If you have this axis and if you have the rectangles in the meat plane, and when revolve cut it, you must select the revolve cut, and respect to this axis, you should be able to make it. This hole goes into 2 inches. The top square hole, two inches. For these holes, 2 inches deep. The square one is a through one. The semicircle one is 3-inch in diameter and 3/4 deep as depth. All right. All right. Let me start over by doing this again. Just want to show you guys how to model this. So I got the block, right? Same thing right here. So next step is making the center groove and with the dimension of it. So 1 inch in diameter. All right, made the groove, 1 inch diameter. Oh, no. Okay. And this time, making 4 through circles, making 4 through holes for the pistons. If I remember correctly. 2.25. And how big are those? 2 inches diameter. So center distance are 2.5, right? Mhm. All right, the 4 through holes. The next one is the axis. Call it axis 1, and there's a revolve cut. That's the rectangle where most of people got stuck there. So it's named axis 1. It's good, even though it's short, but it's the same thing as the one all the way through. I believe the only thing a display like that is just the same. All right, so the meet plane. Let's click the plane and select a surface that you want to be offsetting with, and offset it. This is set to 3 because we know the thickness of the block is 6 inches, right? 6 divided by 2 is 3 inches. And 3 inches, we want to go towards the model, not outside of the model. That's why we're going to flip offset, and here's the plane. So this is the meet plane we just made right in the center. And we're going to sketch the rectangles right on that plane. So we're going to have 4 rectangles. Anyway, let's just this one's weird. Okay, let's make all 4 rectangles equal. So when we define 1, we don't need to define all 4. So 2.5. So 2 inches wide, 2 tall. That's 1.25 from edge. Yeah, this one has a relation. Oh, okay. All right, I set all the 3, actually all 4 sides, all the same equal. Just, and to delete this. Instead of break that relationship, it's easier just to start over. All right, this time I'll do this first. All right, so one rectangle has defined, and let's keep doing. All right, let's grab this and hold your control and grab this one. Okay, let's see. We need to do line by line. Wait, why it doesn't? Okay, this way it goes. Let's set all these four to equal. Oh, I really hate this. Why? Let's all make everything so hard. So this should be 0.5, right? If I remember correctly. Where are the center distance? Hmm? Okay, it is 0.5. All right, this way we have 4 rectangles, right? And let's revolve cut all these 4 rectangles by selecting this feature and revolve cut it. And they want the axis of revolution. And we select this axis, the one we just created, axis 1. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Weird. So now we have the 4 half moon shaped cavity at the bottom. So the next feature is, what is this? I'm making this hole. So the dimension of this one is quarter, right? Quarter. And 1 and itself is quarter. And 1 inch. Okay. So let's select this surface and sketch, draw a circle. And the center to this one should be a quarter. And center to this edge should be 1. And the circle itself should be a quarter. All right. Let's have this extrude cut go inside by 1 and blind. All right, this hole's right there. And linear pattern by how much? Center distance, oh no, 2.5. Right, 2.5. Yes. So direction 1, we choose one of the edge towards that way. And what was that distance again? 2.5? Yes. And we gotta make 5, right? Yes. Which dimensions? This hole to that hole? And mirror. And mirror face or plane. Select this middle plane we just created, and we have 2 set of holes. Yeah, if you try to follow up, do this engine block, you can watch my video, watch the recording. We already waste too much time on just this model itself. If we just going by this pace, we're probably not gonna even finish half of the engine assembly till the end of the semester, you know? All right, so this side. Let's sketch on the surface. All right, so the center point is already here. And let's have this 3. Delete my circle. All right. Oh. What? Why does I hate SolidWorks don't have a coincide function, but whatever, this works. Click extrude. All right, look at the preview. Looks good. Another cut extrude for that small hole. We're not going to do it. It essentially means nothing. So here's another cut extrude for the side through slot, which is the other side, 3, half, and half. Okay. So select the top surface. We're going to draw here. Why this one doesn't give me a tangent? Well, anyway, we know that's the circle is 1 inch in diameter, right? So 1.5, which gonna yield us the 0.5 distance from this tangent of circle and to this rectangle. Yep. So make it through. All right, one hole on the top surface. 3/4, 3/4, and ½ inch hole for 2 inches deep, right? If I remembered it. And the very last step is to make the pattern to have 6 holes on the top surface. So let's linear pattern this one, direction 1, this direction. Direction 2, the Z direction or Y direction, whatever. And we need to flip this. And here we go. So this completes the engine block body. So it may look a little bit complicated, but trust me, all the basic features you guys should know by now. And you guys are able to do it, supposedly. Any questions so far? Does this process pretty much resolve your concern? As the first time, I didn't show you how to do it, but now I went through the entire process of how to make this. Hello? You guys all wake up? Come on, guys. Stay awake. I know this class might be a little bit boring, but modeling is boring. And this, no matter how much you watched, if you do it, and maybe you do it 2 hours a week, and they're really gonna help you. If you just watch without doing it, it won't help you at all. But anyway, I think starting from next week, because today we went pretty slow. We just went over one component. So this is the entire engine block. Look how many parts are there. So it's constructed with 2 assemblies. There's no 2D drawing for those. Well, if you guys are really concerned about dimensions, you don't need to, because for example, you can modify the dimensions to accommodate your change. All right. So for example, this one is whatever 2 inches in diameter, right? Yeah, 2 inches in diameter, 1 inch in radius. You can make it 1.5, and you can just make your piston smaller. I mean, if you really no, where did you hear that? I said if you don't have any other choices, you can do an engine assembly for a final project. And this is actually what I want to show you, because I don't want you guys to exactly follow my footprint. So, well, this is a class, right? I'm supposed to tell you guys the logic behind modeling and what kind of knowledge you need to prepare for to model and to draw, right? If you follow exact step, for example, all the dimensions and all the configurations exactly like what I have done, pretty much nothing for you to learn. You just need you just follow the video or something, right? So don't focus on the dimensions. The dimensions can always change. You just need to change the rest of the part to accommodate the change. All right. So the reason I showed you guys the exact dimensions on the engine block body step by step, because initially I want you guys to do it without my demonstration. That's why I give you dimensions to make it easier so you don't run into any errors because of dimension. But going along this way, this engine block can be bigger or smaller, whatever you pick. It doesn't have to be 12 inches by 6 inches. All right. Excuse me. So I guess for next week, I'll do demonstrations of how to make the crankshaft and cam and all those other components, the stroke and everything. But I pretty much won't give you dimensions, and yeah, I can post this lecture after class. So starting next week, I'm gonna show you guys how to make those parts. But it's your responsibility to create your own part by following my the technique I showed you guys, the method, not exactly one by one, you know. I still want to give some room or freedom to you guys so you guys can play around with your assembly before turning in. It's not just you create something you don't even know and you submit it to get an A in when you're in class. All right. All right. Any questions? Yeah. Homework number 5 is just a body. So you create your model like this, and you adjust it to a view, something like this, and take a screenshot, submit it to Blackboard. Homework 4, the due date is on there. You can check it out. Okay. I didn't post it right there, but as usual, the homework is due 1 week after the lecture. So for example, homework 5 is due next week, Tuesday, but I apply a 2-week slate policy, so you have total 3 weeks to complete it. So same thing apply to all homeworks. So homework 4 literally is supposed to do today, but you still have 2 more weeks to do it, to submit it. What do you mean the first no? You mean the November 1st? That's your first project, not homework. All right. So I guess today we sort of failed. I want you guys to do some stuff under my guideline ahead of me, but only 3 people can keep it up. The entire class sort of gave up in the middle. So starting next week, I'm gonna show you guys how to do things from scratch. I will model it like part by part right here, just like what I did to the engine body. And it will be your responsibility to assemble them together. All right, is that good? Everybody? Just two people? I said, starting from next week, we're not gonna have class like today because today we sort of failed, right? I want today, I want you guys to do something with my verbal guideline only, and only three people kept it up, and rest of the class or just gave up. So starting from next week, I'm gonna show you guys the component, how to how to how to model component from ground, and you can watch my recording or follow me in class to make those components, and then it would be your responsibility to assemble them together to make an entire engine assembly. And ask, does it sound fair to you? And I want everybody to respond. Alrighty, then today's class is about it. And you sure you want me to upload this recording? Because this recording, the first hour are wasted. Pretty much, I showed you how to make this engine body in 20 minutes, right? So only the okay, I'll upload this because for Wednesday and Thursday's class, I'm not gonna do this routine anymore. I'm gonna change the style to just show it straight because I know probably even more people will get lost and just wasting time. I'll see. I don't have a editing. I don't have any editing tool on this computer. So let me see if I can cut the video in half or something. And if not, you just automatically skip the first hour or first 50 minutes, something like that. Alrighty. But actually, missing one step, you can still keep up. Like for example, you don't have this half moon cavity, you can still do these features, the holes, top holes, that kind of stuff. But people just, I think, it's human nature, right? Like easy to give up. Sometimes me too. But anyway, I will. Don't worry about it. I will show you guys all the details. All right, guys. I'll dismiss the class and I'll post the recording on YouTube about after 2 hours because it normally take about an hour or two to process. Thank you guys for attending, and remember, starting from next week, the class will be more intense. It's not gonna be as slow as today because we do have a lot of components to go through. So starting next week, we gonna pretty much I'm just gonna be making models, and I will you guys will know starting from next week. Alrighty, guys. Uh, don't forget. Anyway, don't forget to upload the screenshot for homework 5.